According to a report by the Daily Beast, the Trump team right now is, quote, terrified over the fact that their racist dog whistling is not working anymore. And based on what's happening around the country, it doesn't appear as if their racist dog whistling is going to work for them the way it did in 2016. And of course, that absolutely terrifies them. If they are unable to convince the American public to be afraid of what has consistently been called throughout the decades, the others, if they cannot generate that hatred against the others, their goose is cooked. And they know it. And right now, there does appear to be an awakening here in the United States. People of all races are waking up to the racial injustice that some Americans have faced every day of their lives. We're seeing it now. Or we've always seen it. We're choosing to not ignore it anymore. I think that's the better way to say it. We've all known that it's always been there. It's just a lot of people in this country have been more than comfortable to pretend it doesn't exist. But it's getting harder and harder to do that, and fewer people in this country are willing to do that. So when Trump goes out and calls these people thugs, when he talks about crime in Chicago, we all know what that means. That's coded language for black people. And it's not working this time around. So, as the Daily Beast reports, members of the administration, members of the re-election campaign, and members of the Republican Party in general are terrified because they believe that because the racist dog whistling is no longer working, that it could spell doom for the Republican Party in November's election. And to be honest, it should. Now, there's plenty of reasons to not vote for Republicans. There's lots of reasons why these people should lose their power. Top of the list would probably be the fact that the president himself has committed multiple different crimes and has seemed to have gotten away with all of them, right? I think that's the kind of area where you need accountability. But also the racism thing. He has been hugely racist, both in words and deeds. We have seen it with his travel bans. We have seen it with his actions against immigrants and especially his words against immigrants. In fact, that is how he even came to power in the first place, by telling Republicans back in 2016 and average American voters that the reason their life was so crappy right now, things weren't working for them, was because of immigrants. You lost your job because of immigration. You're not getting good wages because of immigration. People are dying in this country because of immigration. Immigrants are doing these things. You have to hate these people. We have to get rid of these people. And if you and I work together on it, just vote for me, we're going to do it. And it was all a lie, folks. Every bit of it. You're worse off now economically than you were 4 years ago. And we've got more people in cages today than we did during the Obama years. We had them during the Obama years, don't get me wrong. But we got even more now. We're treating them even worse than we did back then. And did your lot in life improve? No. And you know it. And polls are reflecting that you know it. And when the president goes out there right now and tells you in the coded language that non-white people are bad and that the white cops are good, you know it's not true too. And the polls reflect that as well. So no matter what the president has tried in the last 2 weeks with these racist dog whistles, they're not working. And that is sending shivers down the spine of every Republican in D.C. Because if they can't get that to work, that same talking point that they've been using for 40 years nationally, if that suddenly doesn't work for them, then they have nothing else to run on to get their base ginned up to turn out and vote for them. They are effectively, as a party, dead in the water at that point. One of today's video sponsors is NordVPN, and right now they have a very special offer for all of our Ring of Fire viewers. Just go to nordvpn.com/Ring of Fire and you will get 70% off of a 3-year plan plus 1 additional month for free. That's only $3.49 per month for top-of-the-line internet security and privacy. I have personally had my data stolen online. And for our regular Ring of Fire viewers, you've heard me talk about what a headache that has been. And since then, I have been using a VPN and I have not run into any problems. I'm not getting any lag either. NordVPN has some of the fastest servers that I have seen out of any of the VPNs I've ever used, and that is why they have become the only one that I trust. They have 24/7 customer support, so if you have any problem with them at any time, you can reach out and they will respond. They have a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not happy with the product they're providing, you can get your money back, absolutely no risk. And again, right now for $3.49 a month, if you go to nordvpn.com/ringofire or enter code ringofire at checkout, that is a phenomenal deal. Plus, as I mentioned, you get 1 month for free. So again, go to nordvpn.com/ringofire, or you can enter code ringofire at checkout, or even easier, just follow the link at the top of the video description below.